Recently, Trump pulled off another major move, injecting a massive lifeline into America's precarious fiscal situation. Many people's impression of U.S. government finances is still stuck on trillions in maturing debt and soaring deficits, thinking America might struggle to pull through. Little do they know, the seemingly unconventional and unpredictable 47th U.S. president is quietly rescuing the country in an extraordinarily clever way. Hey everyone, I'm Lily, the rebel queen who loves playing with U.S. stocks. Starting May 13th, U.S. President Donald Trump embarked on a 4-day Middle East tour, visiting Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the UAE. The core purpose of this trip? Just 2 words: cash grab. Breaking from the tradition of new U.S. presidents visiting traditional allies first, Trump headed straight to the world's wealthiest region right after easing tariffs with China. This tells us one thing: America's fiscal situation is in dire straits. From this trip, Trump secured a $3.2 trillion investment bonanza. Saudi Arabia pledged a $600 billion investment plan. Qatar committed $1.2 trillion. UAE promised $1.4 trillion. Saudi Arabia and Trump have signed a 5-year, $600 billion investment agreement, an average of $120 billion a year. You must know that Saudi Arabia's total GDP for a year is $1.1 trillion, which is equivalent to investing 11% of GDP in the United States every year in the next 5 years. Qatar and the United Arab Emirates are even more exaggerated. Qatar directly gave Trump a luxury plane worth $400 million as a presidential plane, which is more than the word side by side King Musk to hold Trump to power. I have to sigh with a white scarf on my head. I am the richest in the world. But this move sparked an uproar in the U.S. During the election, Musk faced criticism for allegedly bankrolling Trump, with Democrats accusing him of dark money politics. Now, Trump openly accepting gifts from foreign nations has given Democrats fresh ammunition to attack him for embarrassing America. However, Trump's base, the MAGA rednecks, probably don't see it that way. While normal people might think the U.S. president is using his office for personal gain, his supporters likely see it as, our president went out and came back loaded with a big plane and $3.2 trillion. Trump's genius lies in manipulating voter psychology. A private jet won't fix America's fiscal black hole, but it stabilizes public sentiment, arguably more impactful than avoiding a debt default. Most Americans don't obsess over fiscal data like stock traders do. They live in an information bubble, consuming government-approved narratives. So, America flexing its muscles resonates far more than debt crisis fears. As long as Americans believe the economy is strong, they'll keep spending, working, and investing, keeping markets afloat. That's Trump's real masterstroke. Politics, propaganda and economics are intertwined. Negative news can detonate a crisis early, while positive news cools tensions. The same applies to investing. Financial statements alone won't spot the next 10x stock, but breaking news will. If you happen to be very interested in and sensitive to all kinds of global economic information, welcome to Follow Lilied. I'll use the simplest language and most professional analysis to help you grasp market trends immediately. Moving on to Qatar. Qatar's commitment to Trump is $1.2 trillion in investment in the United States over 5 years, which adds up to $240 billion a year. And the UAE's commitment to the president is also the highest among the three, with 1.4 trillion yuan in 10 years. And the total amount is an average of 140 billion yuan per year. In this specific investment detail, Saudi Arabia's $600 billion agreement covers a very, very large amount. These include $142 billion in arms sales, $20 billion in the construction of artificial intelligence research and development bases, and $4.8 billion in Boeing aircraft purchases. $80 billion in Saudi Arabia to invest in technology companies such as Google and Oracle, etc. The UAE and Qatar focused more on energy and military sectors, with some technology investments but smaller portions. This tells us which U.S. stocks to buy. Defense, tech, and energy, backed by Middle Eastern money, will outperform traditional sectors. If you're not already in these, it's time to shift focus. Don't fear losses. If these oil tycoons can stomach risks, so can you. $3.6 trillion. What does it mean for the U.S.? While not a one-time cash dump, this long-term investment will boost jobs, spur domestic growth, and ease, though not solve, America's debt crisis. It also gives Trump leverage to pressure Powell to cut rates. Wall Street traders now expect a 50 to 75 bps rate cut by June/July. Despite rumors of a fallout, Musk joined Trump's Middle East tour as a key business delegate, and struck gold. The Gulf's tech investments align perfectly with his ventures. Saudi Arabia approved Starlink for maritime/aviation use, expanding SpaceX's reach. Qatar and UAE invested $6 billion in xAI, boosting Musk's AI ambitions. Dubai signed a deal with the Boring Company for its Dubai Loop Transit project. After spending $260 million to back Trump, Musk is finally reaping rewards, a 2,208% ROI just from the xAI deal. The man who angered half of America with Twitter layoffs is back on top. Investment takeaway: bet on people, not just companies. While xAI and SpaceX aren't public yet, Musk's rising influence will lift Tesla stock. Remember how Starship's explosion tanked Tesla by 10%? Now, positive SpaceX/xAI news could send it soaring. In China's A-share market, speculative hype often drives unrelated stocks up when a private company gets good news. The US isn't as speculative, but Musk's Middle East wins will undoubtedly benefit Tesla. America's finances are shaky, but US markets have proven resilient for decades. If you're still bullish on US stocks, like, follow, and comment. My insights will help your investing journey. See you next time.